Okay. I sent the invite for Greg. I think he's wrapping up with dinner. I kind of wait until Greg gets on the show. Let's see if everything is going. Oh, cool. I got a notification. Did I spell that right? Remembered. R-E-M-E-B. Oh, I hope I did. I don't know. Yep. We are live. I hope I did. You don't want to hear that twice. Okay. So, what a day. What a day. Waiting for Greg to get on here. Kind of wait till maybe more guys fall in. Just said free for all tonight. Yeah, sure, we'll talk lawn care, but we'll just keep things open. Not get too much into the weeds, because we all need Jesus, but, you know, every day's an interesting day when you get out and mow, and what you listen to really does affect you. Really does. I like having to burp, but I don't want to burp on here. I might have to mute myself. Gotta figure out who's watching. I had it on there for a minute. Someone's on YouTube. Maybe it's Cameron. What's going on, Missouri? If that's Cameron, not sure. Can't post to some destinations. Hold on. Throat's like irpy. Had some over easy eggs. Hey, Aaron. That is true. That's basically what we want. Basically, what we wanted to come on is just say that. We get this whole live stream over in about 2 minutes. Should actually just get Aaron on here. What's going on, Sutter? There we go. Uncle Greg entered the studio. He's typing. Let's see what he does.
Just moving my screen.
Oh, nice.
I'm getting echo.
Are you? Oh, I didn't do anything to it. How bad is it? I can't hear you. Wait, hold on. Try it again. Sorry, hold on.
How about now? Still echoing.
I didn't do anything to that. Here, hold on. Why would they? Is it you? You muted yourself.
Sorry. I muted. I'm still echoing and
echo.
I was hitting the wrong button to
That's
mute.
fine. No, your mic's easy to mute though. It's because it's right next to your thumb, so it's understandable. This. Now is it gone?
Test.
Well, it should be gone now.
Still echoing.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe we should go off and come back.
No, this will make it fun. Because I didn't do anything different to it.
Well, you're not hearing the echo, but I am. Mr. Binford.
Let's go to the routes here. Wait, talk again.
Talk again.
Oh,
Echo.
Because you're on the game channel. Sorry, Greg. Here, hold on. Oh, I'm a dummy. Try this. Okay, try it now.
Okay. Still echoing.
I gotta put you.
Aaron says he hears the echo.
Hold on. It's because I had the browser.
I don't want to be on the game show network.
Hold on. I figured it out. There's a very love-hate relationship with this stupid Rodecaster Pro 2. It's because if it's set for this here. Why is that on? Try it now. Is it there now?
Echo. Still there.
How about that?
How about that? Still there.
Hold on. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, this is brilliant. Okay, try it now.
I think you may have gotten
I
it.
fixed it.
Yeah.
There.
I like how you
fix
say
it now.
Oh, And then
you can make fun of me for
you said that like
that
4 or 5 times ago.
Yeah,
Oh, here it is. No,
you can make fun of me. I just did the Greg thing, but mine was worse, right?
Yeah. Well, what was it? So I can remind you next time that happens.
No, I had the setting set the wrong way in StreamYard. I had it set for the speakers to be channel meant for all the sound drops. Let's see if this even work. I hadn't even tested this yet.
Really?
That worked, right?
That worked, yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay, well, there. Live.
Yeah, sad day for us with Charlie Kirk. I mean, I just sent a text to my kids saying this is purely good versus evil and truth versus lies. And the evil couldn't handle the truth because all they were listening to were the lies. So
exactly. I mean, one good thing that I really learned from him, Greg, I mean, I tried to listen to most of what he puts out. I mean, he had some pretty good faith stuff. Not everything he said was like on the reform side what I like, but he was a bold witness for Christ and the truth. And the guy just knew, he knew stuff about everything. And the biggest thing he said he did was just listen to books and read. What a concept, right?
He said he read a book a week.
Holy smokes, right?
And I mean, granted, when I read, I'm an immediate gratifier. So if I read a book and it takes me longer than 2 weeks, I don't like the book. So when I pick up a book and start reading, I'll just keep reading it. And but I mean, I can't imagine just a book a week. That's just incredible. So,
how many books have I read on my fingers, Greg, in the past past year? 0. But I've listened to books, but he would actually read them though too. Like he said, because he would fly over, I think 300 days a year, and I'm like, man, I wish I could read that many books, but it's just the retention of information. Like even with like what we do and the stuff we learn in our industry, it's like I wish I had that gift. It takes time. Yeah,
and his retention was amazing. I mean, he would sit there and just bring up some book out of the blue. Oh yeah, I read this book. And remembers the author. I couldn't even tell you the author, let alone the title of the books. I just was talking to somebody the other day about a book, and I was saying, oh yeah, I read this book, and I was telling her a little bit about it. And what's the name of it? And I go, I don't remember. Well, who's the authors? Couldn't tell you. And but I mean, his recall was incredible. And what he was just able to do was just amazing. I mean, I don't know, millions of followers, and
he always said this, Greg. Remember when he said he took like a 12-year gap from college, like he never actually went to go. Like that's what he would always say. He goes, he's in his 12th gap year. So when
yes,
CIA got they did
CIA got another good one.
Yeah. It's
it's sad.
I'm kind of stunned because I would always not so much like the political end, but every Sunday he would have a podcast about faith. He'd be at a church. I mean, I don't know how like necessarily like solid like reform the church was, but what he said was always really, really good on there. It's like, man, you're more of a bold and tactful witness with witnessing to Christ. And he was buddies with Frank Turek with I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist. And he would have Frank on his show a couple of times, and it was always really good information. His networking over the past 2 years of his podcast, he was getting on shows that I wouldn't have ever dreamed for him to get on. And I'm sitting there mowing, and I get a couple texts from my friends, and I'm praying. I'm like, okay, Lord spare his life. Well, chose not to. It's just, it's sad, Greg, because it's like, man, I'm like 3 years older than him. He's got 2 kids. It's like, well, the Lord can take you when he wants to.
Yeah, it's really amazing. I happen to have a tab open on my computer that he was just at Michigan State.
Was he really?
And, yeah, he was apparently just at Michigan State, and I had opened it up and was it's sad, and 'cause I hadn't even had a chance to listen to it. It was it was the whole day. I mean, it was the whole program that he did there. It's like an hour. It shows it's an hour and 43 minutes, and Charlie Kirk crushes woke lies at Michigan State.
I'm sure that would have been fun. Aaron,
That's what it's called. So
that would have been closer for Aaron to get out to that one. Well, he had an event. It was
well,
last
yeah,
summer.
but I'm only
Yeah.
45 minutes away from Lansing.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, I think maybe Cameron's watching right now. But he had an event last summer that I wanted to go to. That's when I was still a slave to my mower, and it was in Detroit, and they kept doing an ad for it. Just I just couldn't go. But I actually for a while I was paying for his little membership club. It was like $17.76 a month, but he would have a Zoom call basically weekly or every other week, and he would just field questions. It's like, holy smokes, I don't know how you answer that stuff on the spot. I would just say and
Yeah.
nonstop. Oh boy, here we go, 45 minutes, right?
So, but no, I forget, it was a Turning Point program where he had a bunch of people here. I think even Trump was here for that one. I can't remember. I know Trump was out here one time for a Turning Point event, and it might have been that one. I can't recall. But yeah, I wanted to try and get out to see something, but just wasn't able to do it. Like you said, slave to the mower, and
Well, that's me. Well, not
Yeah.
so much because I'm having help. You'll start laughing at me, Greg, if my brother just found a job. Then you'll be like, hey, what time are you getting done? But I actually tried, Greg, because we were talking about this. I had messaged you about this last fall, leading up to the election. I was actually trying to get Charlie Kirk on the show just to give a good overview of, because he can speak on almost anything, but talk about hard work and
Yeah.
like work like the blue collar. And we want to get him to, encourage the lawn guys and kind of encourage us as we're going into that election season. That they actually did, his company or TP USA organization, they did actually reply, and I pushed him on it, but probably got lost there in the weeds, but made the attempt to try to get him on.
Yeah, it would have been nice to get him on. That would have been a treat. So, but I mean, it's just pure evil, and I guess that it was on video too. It got caught on video, so unfortunately, you
Yeah,
see the
it was
collapse.
gruesome. I had gotten through my buddies, they found a enhanced version of it. I'm like, oh, it's the Lord makes the body like that, and if you hit a certain artery, it's going to spew out like a water fountain, like a fire hydrant. But
Yeah.
it's you just sit there and you just ask why, but then you realize, because we've talked about this too, Greg, like God's mercy. It's like, well, the merciful. I mean, we're all under God's grace and mercy, and by His mercy, none of us should. I mean, well, by His grace, we're all here, but we shouldn't really be here at all. So, I mean, the Lord blessed him with 31 years. I mean, He could take me tomorrow. It's just it paints a grim picture of life.
Yeah, but his legacy will go on. I mean, what he was able to do is just got to be who's going to rise up. I mean, I was even thinking about that. Who's going to rise up for this circumstance and or after this circumstance and become a new leader for us? So, I mean, his staff just has to be devastated by what's going on, and we need to pray for them. We need to pray for his wife and his two small girls. I mean, it's just unbelievable that something
We're out
like
here
that would
mowing
happen.
because Kirk preached a lot about this hard work. He literally, guys, because we can relate this to our business big time. He built Turning Point USA from the ground up. This is back in, it's just, oh man, what, 2015 or no, maybe 2012 or 13. Anyways, he was trying to build an organization like that, you got to get money. And he was working so hard to do it. He was basically begging for people until finally a couple people gave him a shot. And that's just through hard work. And it's just like our business, though, too. But where that really hit home for me, though, too, is, I mean, we're out there mowing. I keep my head on a swivel. Yeah, we don't live in fear. We have the sword of the Spirit and the shield of faith, okay? But it's just like, I'm a 34-year-old man, got a kid on the way, have a son. Someone could just do that to me in the morning, but you can't live like that. But it paints a picture of life and what's our intention and purpose and why we're out here doing what we do. Sure, we're not speaking to 3,000 people, but there's crazies in the neighborhoods. Obviously, we don't. I'll say this over and over. We don't want to live in fear, but it really makes you just ponder. And we are but a breath. It's like, oh, holy smokes, literally.
Yeah, yeah. I had a chance to talk to one of my clients today. Knocked on the door because I had to tell him about something, and we were talking, and then found out he was just diagnosed with cancer, and so we had a chance to talk a little bit. But I said, "Hey, can I pray for you?" And he said,
Oh, wow.
"Absolutely." So I had a chance to pray with him, and it's humbling when you get that opportunity to be able to do that. And then I just found out another good friend of mine is fighting cancer as well, and his is not good. And so we're encountering that stuff. But just pray. That's what we can do. And I shouldn't even say just pray, but pray.
Yeah.
Yeah, because just is minimizing it. And pray strongly. And actually, what was it? I just read, I was doing my daily bread devotion,
Really?
and it's called Powerless But Not Prayerless. And it talks about Jehoshaphat. Let me see if I can catch it here. I'm just trying to find the part that they were discussing here. When Israel's were threatened by a large enemy military coalition, Jehoshaphat assembled the nation at the temple and prayed for God's help. And that is, what's the reference? Chronicles 20.
Oh, Chronicles, eh?
Yeah, 20. Yeah, who goes to Chronicles?
Yeah, let's flip your Bible to
Chronicles.
Chronicles, Greg. We'll do a little
Yeah.
Bible study right now, right?
Yeah, but it was in Chronicles 20, verses 1 through 12, and then also 6 through 34 and 6, 34 and 35. But responding to the people's faith, God assured them of victory. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the battle is yours. For the battle is not yours, but it's God's. Stand firm and see the deliverance the Lord will give you. And prayer is where powerless people offer petitions to an almighty God. Is how it concludes. But, what's keeping you from bringing your challenges to God in prayer? And how can you, and it also says, how can you partner with others in prayer for mutual support? And, that's when we're doing small groups. That's when we're at our church. I don't know if yours does it, but when they do the, why am I blanking on what it's called? When we're doing the bread and wine.
Communion.
Thank you. I couldn't come up
Really?
with the word communion. But when they're doing communion, after communion, they'll offer up for prayer. And they ask people, if you need prayer, come on up. And so you see lots of people going up. Some churches do that, others don't. But at our church, that's what they do. And you see people going up a lot.
You see on Facebook these people trying to make fun of thoughts and prayers, but prayer, it says in James 5:16, therefore confess your sins to one another and pray for one another that you may be healed. The effective prayer of a righteous man can accomplish much. These are the people that are completely illiterate with the Bible, and prayer does a lot more than we think, Greg. So that was well said. That tied in with Chronicles there, eh?
Yeah, it wasn't me that found it. It was our daily bread that found it.
You should have just said that you found it.
No, I can't do that. So never take credit for something you didn't do, and learned that years ago.
Well, then who cut your lawn?
I'm sorry. Then who
Who
cuts
cut
my
your
lawn?
Yeah.
Well, I do that. I had a client one time that said, "Oh, your lawn must look amazing," and I said, "My lawn's the last one to get cut," and sometimes it doesn't look amazing. And actually, I've been letting mine grow a little bit. I've been cutting it at about 4.5 lately because I'm trying to get a little better root system going on it. And so it's it's kind of long. It was Tom was over there. Your grandpa was over the other day, and he looks and he says, "Hey, your lawn needs to be cut." I said, "No,
How long do you have it?
It's where I want it to be. This is what
funny.
I want it at right now." So, so I have to get out and cut it. I cut it at 4.5 the other day. I was looking at it going, doesn't look like I cut it, but I can see stripes. So I'm okay.
You're like barely cutting it then, but if you got those trees with the root system, it's probably not growing crazy though anyways.
No, I still cut some, but at 4.5. But I mean, I think it was 10 days before I cut it. One time I went a couple weeks ago, I went 2 weeks without cutting it just because
How
I'm
long does it
trying
take you to cut it?
my lawn. Let me see on cut speed or on transport speed.
I don't think for what you
Because I never
what'd
use
you
cut
say?
speed.
I mean,
on my
45
lawn.
minutes. You'd say it
My
probably
lawn?
takes
No,
about
my
45
lawn
minutes.
takes me. My lawn will take me 14 minutes. I can cut my lawn in 14 minutes. So I timed it
You have
one
like
time.
that time down, yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I think it was 15 minutes on the walk behind, and I've got it 14 minutes on the Bobcat. Partially though because I have to slow down.
There's a concept for Greg slowing down on the mower. Man, I think man, you're going to fly off that thing.
I almost have a couple times. Have you ever done that where you took a corner too fast and one foot's hanging off the side, trying to keep your balance, trying to hang on for dear life?
What I've done recently is if you lose your footing while you're blowing on the multi-force, like the EBZ 9000 trigger, not the hip, but the trigger throttle. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say, man. I was blanking like you. You're rubbing that off on me. And I was going around too fast, Greg, and I lost my footing, and I almost launched myself off of the multi-force last week. It was quite scary and entertaining there at the same time.
Yeah.
But I just don't take turns and corners as fast as you when I'm regularly mowing to do something like that. But I will admit that times that I am going fast, I'll hit a bump and my feet get some air on the mower. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, my hands stay there, but these bumps and undulations can come up and really trick you there.
Oh, I've been 3-4 inches off that platform before. So because I just didn't see I didn't see it coming, and just going fast enough that boom, I was up in the air. So yeah, it makes it fun.
This is the comedic humor, right? For the stream, and you should have saw just Twitter. It was, I mean, mostly everyone's just pouring out like support. I mean, we don't really. I mean, we're comedy here, Faith, with Lawn Care. I mean, we're not a political show, Greg, but we always make the joke. Oh yeah, we could talk about politics there if we wanted to. And we just slowly changed Turf Nerds into like Turf Nerds, a political podcast. We're like, what's this really weird podcast with turf and politics in it? That'd be pretty funny.
No, I don't. I mean, we should be okay talking about politics. People shouldn't get upset about it, and I was years ago. I was at a company meeting, and this one person decided to get off on their rant about their political side, and
Oh boy.
I wasn't allowed to be able to really say mine. After part of it would have been just pure response to what they just said. So
Sure.
I wasn't really allowed to say it. They could say it, but I wasn't allowed to respond. So
That's still how it is sometimes, isn't it?
yeah. So it was just quite annoying to me that, and actually when I was working at the school just before I started the business, the lawn business, I was working at the school and we were in the
But you're
lunchroom
going on
one
Country
time.
Club there for a minute.
No, but I was working at the school. I was a parapro, and we're in the lunchroom, and somehow a conversation about politics came up, and somebody, more or less, they said, I don't understand how Hillary lost. I can't believe that Trump beat her, and they were talking smack on Trump. And it was really kind of interesting because I'm just standing there, I'm listening, and I finally said, guys, she lost because she was a horrible candidate. She was horrible. And I said, I can say that because I thought John McCain was a lousy candidate, and I didn't think
was a
much
dud.
more of, and I said, I didn't think much more of Romney. And I said, so I can sit here and tell you that she was a horrible candidate, and I have no problem saying that. And they're all looking at me like, who's this guy who's just a parapro?
Really?
It's almost like when you're, if you start, when I get in conversations with people while I'm mowing lawns, my old medical background, I know a fair amount about some things. And so they're kind of looking at me like, how does he know any of this stuff?
Dr. Durbin.
Yeah. So, but we have the right to be able to talk, and especially if somebody else is espousing their viewpoint, we have the right to be able to respond.
And I hope that the I guess the needle after this is moving back that way. It's funny you're talking about McCain. Man, McCain was as boring as some of my lawns, like cutting them. Just like, I mean, I have some lawns that are like really boring. I mean, it's fast to fly through them, Greg. But don't you want some excitement while you're mowing?
Well, that's why I like to get airborne every once in a while.
You know what? You should talk to Ron over at Bobcat, see if I can get some wings on your ZS 4000 there.
Yeah.
Or just
yeah. Boy, can
see
you
if they can-
imagine if I was hitting those bumps with a 38 horse?
Oh well, you'd be probably up there in a tree, or if that 60 horsepower that I've talked about before, man, I'd be over a house there somewhere. I don't know about you, Greg, but my allergies. At least last night, I had to wake up at like 2 a.m. and take some Flonase. It was bad.
Yeah, allergies have been uh, difficult for the past few weeks. When we had that bad air for a while with all the smoke coming down from Canada, that was kind of tough to deal with. And then past couple days, I've noticed it's starting to flare up a little bit again. We're going to be hitting the molds this fall as well, so that's gonna allow things to flare up on you also.
I'm enjoying the dry weather right now. And we had a high pressure system that's going to be moving through this entire week, so it's making the mowing a smidge easier for once. I mean, we haven't gotten a drought like this, Greg, in years, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been a few years since we've seen stuff this dry, and it's usually July or August, but not September. Although I'm behind right now, I had to take the dog to the vet yesterday. I had to come home and take her to the vet, and so that put me behind a bit. And then had a friend call me up, and her daughter ran over their mower, or ran over their hose.
Okay.
Ran over the mower. Ran over their hose with the mower. And she said, I don't know what to do. So it was right after I got back from the vet. So I went back and I went over there and helped free that hose up. So that between the going to the vet and then helping her out, I'm behind now. So a little disappointing.
You'll
But
be able
fortunately,
to
I
catch
could
back
get,
up. It's been dry.
yeah, but I'll be cutting into Friday. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get everything done because I'm technically right now I'm 5 behind. And well, wait a minute. Am I 5 behind or 4 behind? No, I'm 4 behind. I'm sorry.
If you're 4 behind and each one takes 45 minutes to mow, and then your next lawn is 45 minutes away, huh?
Yes, that could be an issue. But
Takes you 45 minutes to fall asleep. You only sleep for REM for 45 minutes. It takes you 45 minutes to get out of the bed, and then 45 minutes to leave.
yeah, so it shouldn't be a problem. But no, I'm 4 behind, and I forgot I was able to get one more in tonight, and outside chance I could get them all done if I can get up and get out in the morning first thing. Lunch break 45 minutes. Forgot about that. I eat on the run. That's the one thing that doesn't take me 45 minutes.
Eating gives you the runs?
No, not quite, but it could. But I eat when I'm on my way to the next one. If it's I eat usually when I've got at least a 5-minute drive to the next lawn. So
Yeah, I do the same thing. I could bring a steak dinner, Greg, and we've talked about this before. I just finger snack just foods all day, like even on the mower, I'll just eat food, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm eating." I'm like, "No, trying to kill 2 birds here with one stone." But it was at least, I mean, it's been nice to see the sun not literally bake us, and everyone's experiencing this right now, Greg. The sweaters in the morning, or the hoodies, we're bringing those back, aren't we? We're making hoodies great again.
No, I've been wearing the sweatshirts, and about halfway through the day, the sweatshirt comes off. So, the past couple days anyway, I'm getting it down. So, but it's been a little cool in the morning. I think they said the other day we may have gotten into the 30s at
Found
night.
me. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Have it slow down.
Yeah. And then it's, I think probably topped out at 75 today. Is that what the high
Yeah, it's
was
supposed
today?
to get back into the 80s, but when it gets that cold, these guys go away.
Yeah, we're
It's
gonna
kind of
get
like
into the 80s. Yeah, we have no rain coming.
that's fine with me.
Yeah.
I will
So,
take
but
that there for once.
it's funny because I'm actually starting to cut some of my lawns higher, just because it's been so dry. Like I had a lawn today, I cut it at 4.25, so it doesn't burn out on me.
I think your sweet spot's 4, right? Greg's Mr. 4.
Well, most of my lawns I cut around 3.5. Depending on the lawns, I'll bump it up to 3.75, 4. This one lawn, their sprinklers are out and they're on a golf course. You've actually helped me do a cleanup there, and their
Oh, really?
backyard your backyard just bakes. And their sprinklers went out last year. Nobody can figure out what the problem is. So they say, well, I don't know what we can do. I said, well, I'll just cut you higher. And so now I'm up at 4.25 on their lawn.
You should just start cutting on 10. If they had a mower like that.
I'm actually considering doing 4.5 on theirs, just pulling the deck all the way up. Next week, if it stays the way it is right now, I'll probably go to 4.5 on theirs. So
I skipped one lawn today because it was brown. There was only one that was like brown, and we had mowed it on 3.5 on the Cub Cadet last week, which that was actually really high. So it's like, but then this client, you ever had that one client, Greg? They get it sprayed, they make things look nice, but they just don't water. I'm like, are you like intentionally just trying to stress out your lawns? Like, you don't water it. Period. It's like water it a little bit. Come on.
well, we had I think you did him last year, where we did or no, we've done I think a couple of times. We aerated the lawn and we seeded it. And I'm trying to get the guy's lawn to recover. He's not watering his lawn. I said, well, we just wasted all your money on seed. You just paid $50 for seed.
That's expensive.
And, yeah, or $50 or $100, whatever it was. I think it was
$45.
about $50. Yeah, $45. And he didn't water it, so he's got no grass, and it's all basically weeds. So I don't understand why he's not watering his lawn.
These people, you sit there and just shake your head because they could. I mean, I saw it once it was a lawn kind of in downtown Farmington that it must have been when we had more of the droughts a couple years ago. But this lawn got so brown that it like literally killed the grass. Like it never came back because grass can go into dormancy. But
Yeah.
I think after a while, Greg, if we don't get any rain, if you don't even water it at all, I think it will actually die, won't it?
Yeah, weeds will take over. That's what's going to happen.
Weeds. It'll just be all weeds.
The weeds will just take over, and there's I think they say there's a rule that grass always wins.
Yeah.
And what was it? Years ago I had a tree planted in one of our old houses, and the guys, they were digging the hole for the for the tree, and it was
Really?
funny because they're digging, and all of a sudden they look and they go, look at that. I mean, they're a foot down, 2 feet down in big hole, big tree, and they look at that and they said, look at that grass down in the hole.
That's
And,
funny.
there was still it was trying to grow. So
You'd be surprised where the grass grows. I mean, it grows better in some people's cracks in their driveway than it does in the actual grass, doesn't it?
yeah, and that's what I'm doing right now. We talked about that. I'm one of my clients. They had a bunch of weeds in their driveway and their pavers, and I said, you know what, $5 extra a week, I'll take care of those weeds. And I'm almost regretting it now because it takes me a while, and I go through a lot of trimmer line doing
Just
it.
spray it, right? I mean, you should just get some non-toxic weed killer. Tony had a guy in his podcast that I bought it. It's actually really good non-toxic weed killer, and it like works. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. We're not technically allowed to. We're not licensed. So
This one,
but
I don't think it's an actual herbicide. It's just a non-toxic one. So I should actually look it up there. Amazon. I just looked up non-toxic weed killer. Continue shopping. I have to click a button now. That's like really weird. Non-toxic weed killer. Yeah, Tony had a dude on this show a while ago. It was oh man, I'm not. Oh, this okay. It's called Lonarch. Weed and grass killer, eco-friendly
Yeah.
solution, safe for pets, people, and wildlife.
Yeah,
Huh.
Cameron just posted that up. So I might, heck, I might want to consider doing that. So,
It's better than the actual ratings are. It's like a 3.9 star, but I've used it. It actually works. Here's the problem with like, okay, I don't know if this is technically like an herbicide. It does say it's a weed killer. I'm not sure what's in it, but you can kill weeds with about anything. Okay, active ingredient: sodium lauryl sulfate, malic acid, citric. It doesn't look like there's any like. I mean, you could drink this and probably be fine, but people complain about it. It's like, oh, you sprayed them, they came back. Well, it's like, you have to keep spraying them. People don't do that.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. People have their homemade remedy of vinegar,
It's
salt,
a
and
baking
Dawn
soda.
dish soap. If you've ever used that, it works for about 2 weeks. And then you got to go back and do it again. I mean, everything will brown right out on it. And then a couple of weeks later, it's all coming back again. So that's the downside of that. So, but anyway, so $5 extra, $5 a week, and so I'm working on that. But I might want to consider doing that Lonarch stuff and see if it works. But it just takes me a little bit to have to go through because she's got a fair amount on her driveway, and then
Does it grow
she's
that
got
much in 1 week?
well, I still got to go back and trim it every week. So, and she's got a lot of sidewalk and or paver and a decent sized driveway.
Some
So
of those weeds are like the
grow like
crabgrass
weeds.
tree weeds. Yeah, and they grow like weeds. And I don't care what kind of trimmer string you have, they can be quite the challenge knocking them out. Like you go through a lot of string, as you were just saying.
yeah, yeah, that's the thing is it's you keep tapping that thing and trying to pull, trying to get your line out. So, but we'll see. I have to. I want to try and come up with something and see if I can make it a little easier on myself. So
Get the Lonarch. I mean, it says $23 for a 1 gallon ready to use, or there's a 1 gallon concentrate for $75. Huh. Interesting.
what's the ratio?
This ratio on here. Oh man, maybe I'm not really reading this the right way. Here, let's go in the back here. It is nuts. Doesn't say when to use. Blah blah blah. Okay, how to use. Okay, so this is this. Read the entire label. Use only in accordance with the label instructions. Okay, how to use. Mixing required. I don't know. There's no like. This is weird, Greg. There's absolutely no ratio on this, unless I'm completely missing it. Could be right in front of my face. I don't even know. 4 ounces of concentrate
4
per
ounces
1 gallon
per
of water.
1 gallon of water.
That's not that bad.
So, well, and then what do you got? A gallon of it? Is that what it comes in?
Yeah, this one's. I personally like
Yeah,
this.
so-
Like it's like the 1 gallon one's relatively inexpensive, but then you go to the concentrate and it's like double that price. But then they have a 32 ounce concentrate for 25.
Okay,
I guess because of the concentrate,
it's $74.
It's 59 cents a. Yeah.
128 gallons divided by 4. 128 gallons.
Well, it's a
So-
gallon concentrate because it's more expensive because then you can actually like make it more potent. I
You
I
could
guess
have
couldn't you?
32 gallons. You get 32 gallons out of it.
Oh,
for
well, okay, that makes sense then. Duh, I'm an idiot.
1 gallon
Okay.
ready to use is $23. But you can get 32 gallons out of the concentrate.
It's
So for
59 cents a
$75.
fluid ounce. Yeah. Okay.
So
Oh.
you're basically paying for 3 gallons of the ready to use, but you're getting an extra 29 gallons out of it. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I think you can actually this one. I'm pretty sure you don't need a license to spray it. I don't know. I think there's no herbicide in this because an herbicide's different than what they have here. Is it? I mean, it says it's safe for kids. Really trying to get the
You got the little girl and the dog sitting right there. It must
yeah
be
the girl.
real.
It just says like let's see if I can read the ingredients more here. Blah blah blah. Okay, it is. People are like, what are you guys doing? Yes, sodium chloride, castor or oil, water, citric acid, malic acid, sodium. That stuff is all stuff that I know, so it can't possibly be something that will just like, I guess, like actually kill you. That's why we don't spray. Not yet. I mean, it'd be cool to get into that FERT biz, but it's just building things back up, Greg, and then you got to work under someone for a couple years here in Michigan. It's not just like you could just start your own FERT business tomorrow.
Yeah. No, you got to get certified. I think we talked about that once before. It's kind of hard to get certified in Michigan.
Yeah, it is. It's not easy. You have to take a test, and I heard the test is not that easy. So I would probably not do very well in it, but you have to just study. Who wants to study and take tests, Greg? Not me.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not a fan of doing that much anymore either. So, well, you could get a 2.5 gallon concentrate for 125. That's an even better deal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, they have that there
125
too.
for two
Yeah.
and a half gallons, $74 for 1 gallon. So you're doing really well with that on that concentrate.
Yeah, it's if I had more lawns, but I did have a client that bought this and she's left it outside for me, and I sprayed her side of her house like with it once because she has like this I guess rock bed, and clearly there's no more rocks there. That's why she bought it, and I sprayed it once and it worked, but I mean it's come back, but it's all brown, so I just have to keep spraying it because they're pesty. That they're so just the roots and the weeds are just terrible. It's like you have to really scalp it, really just bring it down so that you can pull it out. But I guess right now, I mean, you could keep spraying weeds now, but we'll slowly transition out of the weed season here soon because it'll start getting too cold for even the weeds to grow.
Yeah. And sometimes you think about it and you go, well, maybe I should just wait till the spring because it's going to be really short at that time, and that's a good time to treat it.
We know that Missouri, if you're still watching or listening,
Missouri
right now, it's probably called Weed Zuri for some of his lawns. I know Cameron was battling Greg with some of that Virginia creeper, and I think he had a reaction to it as well.
Oh,
so I think Cameron was. I've seen creeper before. I've pulled it, picked it. It doesn't do anything to me, but I guess it was eating Missouri for lunch like he eats his Subway subs.
I don't even know what Virginia creeper looks like.
You've seen it. It's like it kind of looks like poison ivy, but it has 5 leaves on it. Just look it up. As soon as you see it, you'll know. Virginia creeper. There. Yep. You will be able to know this as soon as you see it. You'll be like, yep, that stuff's everywhere. It's kind of actually like kind of pretty.
Yeah, I see that stuff's everywhere.
It doesn't affect me, but apparently Cameron, it was taking him to the clink. So, but I think maybe because he was probably mowing it over, and I must have got the oils on him that way. It's all different for all people. There are people that claim that they don't get affected by poison ivy. I don't believe it though.
Yeah. No, I'm pulling that stuff all the time. I never knew it was an issue. So I didn't know people reacted to it.
Well, you can get mad at Virginia for that.
Yeah, you got those darn Virginia people.
Where's the origin? I'm trying to look to see where the origin is of this. Okay, it's invasive, initially cultivated as an ornamental Parneocaceous, escaped from the gardens to become naturalized and invasive around the globe. It doesn't really say where it came from. Oh, it's an environmental weed in Australia? Huh. I don't know. I guess there's different forms of Virginia creeper, or 5-leaved ivy, or 5-finger. But yeah, there, Cameron, that stuff is bad news here. You know, Cameron, we should do a podcast where you just talk about Virginia creeper there for like a bit. I could talk about that one time that I trimmed some bushes. This is probably 7 years ago, and in the bushes was poison ivy, and I just trimmed through it. And no, that got me pretty bad, Greg. That's why we're long sleeve. Don't ever do that in short sleeves. You get the poison ivy in spots that you don't want to get them at.
I remember growing up, we had a kid that he kept saying, because all the other neighbor kids were getting poison ivy, and this one kid would never get it. He says, it doesn't bother me at all. And he starts rubbing it all over himself. And like 3 days later, he had poison ivy all over him, all over himself. So,
it's the oils. It's the oils, Greg. They are nasty.
Yeah. It's funny here because I just looked up something, how to care for Virginia creeper. Like, people want it. So.
Well, speaking about care, Greg, I think it's time to tuck you in bed. So
yeah.
We're going to abruptly end this, but we leave you with this.
You know, I'll tell you one big disadvantage with the push mower is you got to push it.
That's profound wisdom. See you, Cameron. See you, guys.